Hey guys, it's me, and I'm back with another video on 4 strokes of a small engine. So I'm going to go ahead and show you my screen, and we'll take a look at the poster that I made. Okay, so here we are in my poster of 4-stroke engine by Owens, which is me. So first we have the how it's all set up part of my poster. It's the very beginning. So it basically gives you the overview of these are some of the parts in the 4-stroke engine: the timing belt, piston rods, pistons, camshaft, crank valve, valves, and spark plugs. Here I have timing belt. 1 corresponds to 1, so timing belt corresponds to timing belt, and this is your timing belt. Number 2 is the blue arrow, which is piston rods. Number 3 are pistons. 4 is the camshaft. 5 is crankshaft. 6 is these valves right here. You can see them. And the 7 is the spark plug. Then you can come down here, and it basically says the cars you find on the road have 4 strokes. A stroke is one part of a cycle of strokes. The cycle repeats every 4 strokes. 4 strokes are intake, compression, power, and exhaust. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Intake, compression, power, and exhaust. Same thing, 1 is intake, 2 is compression, 3 is power, and 4 is exhaust. So then you can just come up here to stroke 1, the intake stroke. I've got a photo. The piston starts at top dead center and ends at the bottom. The intake valve must be open to let the air-fuel mixture in. The piston moving down creates a vacuum which draws in the air-fuel mixture. So basically, when the piston moves down, it forces the only stuff that can come in is the air-fuel mixture that comes in. Here we've got the compression stroke. You can see here the valves, both of them are closed. This is your exhaust valve. This in the photo is your intake valve. Here's your spark plug. The stroke is the stroke where the piston pushes the mixture of fuel and air to the point before explosion. Both the intake and exhaust valves are closed. Then up here is stroke 3. And you can see this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So just like this. So back to stroke 3, I got distracted. This is the power stroke where the pressure from the spark plug, which ignited the air-fuel mixture, pushes the piston down. Both valves are closed, as you can see in the diagram. Stroke 4, the exhaust stroke. The exhaust stroke is the stroke where the exhaust from the explosion is pushed out the open exhaust valve by the piston moving up. And then here we are at the last bit. In an engine, there are 2 or more pistons because you have to have enough so it can get both the power. So if this one is in its power stroke and this one's in its compression stroke, it has the power to compress that mixture, and it isn't just a 1 piston. So it has to have 2 or more pistons. And then power from a piston will provide power for the other strokes. Basically what I just said. Here I have a block diagram of the bit of stuff that you have under the car. So you have your air tank, gas, fuel pump, fuel injector, camshaft, timing, spark, intake stroke, compression stroke, power stroke. I'll actually go through this. Air and gas tank goes into the fuel pump, which goes into the fuel injector. Air goes into the fuel injector. Timing goes into the fuel injector, but camshaft goes into timing, and timing goes into the fuel injector. Fuel injector goes to your strokes 1, 2, 3, 4. Timing goes to spark, which lights at compression stroke. Power stroke goes to crankshaft, which goes to timing chain, which goes back up to camshaft, which goes to timing, which goes to exhaust valve, which goes to exhaust system. Power stroke goes to exhaust valve, which goes to exhaust stroke, which goes to exhaust valve, which goes to exhaust system. Then crankshaft goes to flywheel, starter goes to flywheel, flywheel goes to transmission, driver goes to transmission, Transmission goes to drive shaft, and drive shaft to wheels. That's a lot. I just rambled off. I'll leave it here, or you know what, I'll just go over it again just to help understand it. So gas tank goes to fuel pump. Fuel pump, air, and timing go into fuel injector. Fuel injector goes to intake stroke. Intake stroke goes to compression stroke. Timing goes to spark. Spark goes to compression stroke. Power stroke goes to exhaust stroke and crankshaft. Exhaust stroke goes to exhaust valve. Timing goes to exhaust valve. Exhaust valve goes to exhaust system. Power stroke goes to crankshaft, which goes to timing chain, which goes to camshaft, which goes to timing. Crankshaft goes to flywheel. Starter goes to flywheel. Flywheel goes to transmission. Driver goes to transmission. Transmission to drive shaft, and drive shaft to wheels. So, I hope you've got that. That's all. And then here I just have the references that I have. I have 3 of them. So that is all for my poster. I will come on back to the normal view and have the last bit. Alright, so here we are back in our normal view. So today I reviewed that poster with you guys on how a 4-stroke engine works and its contents, and mainly the 4 strokes. So that's it for now. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like these. And if you have any questions, be sure to ask them in the comment section.